How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane, your mouthpiece for the marvelously mystic world of Agatha all along. I am reviewing for you today episode 7 entitled Death's Hand in Mine. That's a hint right there. Before I go any further, please help me out here. I need you to hit that like button, so other people can see the video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos like this one. We're still on the road to 1,000. And we're close to 500. We're close to that halfway point. You want to support me even further? My Patreon link is in the description below. Go ahead and donate whatever you can. I deeply appreciate you. It will help me do some even greater things on this channel. Guarantee it. So, I am, by the time this is out, all the episodes are done. They're out. I actually watched episodes 7, 8, 9 back to back, all on Halloween Day. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, hold on, didn't you do a Morbius video on Halloween? I did, because that's what I wanted to do. But this series here, well, I'll talk about the series when I get to episode 9. But this episode here, dude, this is the best episode of the whole entire series. I can tell you that right now. Without you even having to watch my reviews on 8 and 9, this is the best episode in the series, period. Lilia, my goodness, second best character of the show. I still give it to Jennifer Kale because, Jennifer Kale, again, major figure in the Marvel mystical side of the comics. The fact that Zashir is playing her and they confidently got a great actress enough to do a race swap and it still makes sense. Although her cousin's Johnny Blaze, so either Johnny Blaze is like Logic, if you know, you know, or there's some gaps in there, but that doesn't matter. Lilia indeed is the second best character. Excuse me. So this episode is like, it's in order, but it's out of order. Reminded me of things like Memento or, episodes of shows when they show the middle of the episode first, then they show you how we got here. But this, it shows the end and then the middle and then the next part and the next part, and we understand a little bit more about Lilia's affliction. She explains to Jen that time isn't how we perceive it, right? Time is an illusion, although most of us just experience it going one way. She pops in and out of different times. That's where her gaps come from. She meets the maestra who, was helping her develop her abilities in her village. The lady who we saw in episode... What episode was the first trial? Episode 3? 2, 1, the Agatha thing, 2. Episode 3. When she shows up in episode 3 in her vision and then death is behind her. Oh, I can't wait to get to talking about that, y'all. But yeah, and that's the woman who she sees. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, hold on, you just said Lilia. Yeah, it turns out they're not dead. They sank through whatever the thing was from the road. I'm looking forward to talking about more of the road. But yeah, they sank through. They're alive. She woke up saying I was falling. And Jen's like, yeah, we were both falling. The gang is dressed up like stereotypical witches. Now, you would have said, oh, it's Wizard of Oz. But no, it's not just Wizard of Oz because it's a teen. Or should I say Billy. Billy is dressed like Maleficent. Lilia is the good witch. Jen is the wicked witch from Snow White. And Agatha is the Green Witch, the Wicked Witch of the East. Is the Wicked Witch of the East the same person as Elphaba from Wicked? If they are, I'm just going to start calling her Elphaba. But anyway, all this stuff is just weird and in reverse. And I love that every moment where she was saying a tarot card in the show was her moving through this moment here where she had to read the tape because their next trial is basically the card thing with what Lilia does. And you see Billy and Agatha horribly fail at Agatha going, oh, it's just this. Those of you who like Agatha, I have a question. Do you like her because she's funny? Do you like it because it's Catherine Hahn? I can see that. Do you like Agatha because you recognize that she is a villain? And you're kind of, you like this villain character? Because Agnes / Agatha in WandaVision, I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good character. Really good character. Is a bad guy. Because I won't get ahead of myself. I'm going to save that for the next 2 reviews. But she's annoying as hell. Anyway, every moment when Lily was saying a tarot card, such as when they first meet her, and then when they're in the Treehouse of Horror, is her moving through time. As a matter of fact, we see her moving through, and when Jen says, "You're acting kind of wispy," she's like, "Wispy? Well, I guess more kooky." And we think about the conversation she had with Alice, where she says, "Am I wispy or am I kooky?" And she's like, a little bit of both. She's like, "Alice, don't," and it cuts. Save Agatha. From that episode that was episode 4, back to episode 3, where she's in front of Agatha going, "Save Agatha." She wasn't saying save Agatha. She was saying, "Don't save Alice. Don't save Agatha, because Agatha's gonna kill you like an asshole." And it's in the moment, just making sure I'm not getting too far ahead of myself here. It's in these moments where she sees, when she's reading these cards, because initially she was reading for Billy, and she's like, as a matter of fact, let me scroll up a little bit real quick. I do like the fact when she's telling Billy what all the, the things on the spread, I know the tarot spread, which each one is. It's the path, wounds suffered, lessons learned, path ahead, space for growth and discovery, obstacles you'll face, and a potential windfall. You overcome them all to reach the center. The center, I guess, is part of the windfall. I don't know. Fourth card is you, the traveler, what you're missing, the reason for your quest. And when he finally asked a real question, "Am I Billy?" Oh, I didn't explain to you guys this earlier. The room they're in, there's swords up there. I guess they continuously appear, but there's swords up there that slowly fall down and almost kill each of them, which was trippy, because when we get to the part where it almost gets Lilia, Agatha jumped on top of her and she's like, "Get off of me," and it's like, wait, it's disjointed, but it's done so well. And going through her spread, each of the people who she's with align with the cards. So the first thing she saw, what was it, 3 of stars or something like that? It was the card where she was renting the space that had all the names on it, and the name on it was a black heart. She didn't lie about that. Knight of Wands was Alice trying to save Agatha. The crying scene was, which one was Agatha? 3 of Swords. Then you got you have the High Priestess, which is Jen, and Jen's gonna be such a big major. If they please don't mess up anything you do with Midnight Suns or with the magical side, because she should be a major character, man. And of course, the one card she does see is Death. She also saw Reverse Tower Reverse Tower, which is the opposite. Towers, destruction, falling down, and there's the reverse of it. But she saw Death, and initially the time when she sees Death is when she falls down the hole with Jen initially, before the Salem 7 comes scurrying in, and Rio's coming out of the darkness. And hold on, I gotta say this word for word, because this was really good. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Nope. Rip. So, don't you recognize me, Lilia? And then we get flashbacks of when she was talking in the studio. I get my bodies. She crawled from that grave. And it's Death. And I love the makeup on this, because the top half is Aubrey Plaza. Is from here up. It's Aubrey Plaza, and the bottom part is the skeleton face of death. I love how they represented this. And to get ahead of myself for later, you do see moments where it flashes. It's like it goes from the face to the skull face. You see her actual visage through that. Really good practical effects, really good makeup. I think the lady who's doing this series also had a hand in WandaVision. Good stuff here. You get Rio cackling, and all roads in the end lead to me. Rio is death. That was the last card. And I love the fact that when she's going through time and it's like a different, it's weird. It's like a different version of herself. Because initially she told Jen, she's going in and out, said we're supposed to follow this. And we get to the point where she's like, yeah, I'm going to follow this. And Jen found a way off the road, but she says, I really hope you join me. And Jen joins her, and she tells her all this stuff that's going on with her. And she tells everybody, yeah, Rio's death. And Agatha's like, what can I say? I like a bad boy. That's just, I don't understand. Agatha is a character. Agatha is a character. That's all I can say. And Teen was super annoying here in the beginning. Billy, super annoying here in the very beginning. Just being just overly sassy. I get he's 16. Jeez, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Man, he's just super damn sassy here. Like, I'm not nice and blah, blah, blah. Just, dude. Shut up. Stop. Maybe it's because I'm an old man. I can't. I couldn't with that kid. But I do, it's interesting. He's like, I miss Lilia. And I'm like, well, you killed her. She's not dead. You get moments, and I mentioned that we get different versions of Lilia, like when Jen's trying to understand her and she's still being like apprehensive. And it's funny because we're getting her from, I guess, I don't know which episode. Maybe it was the broom episode. I don't know. But the parts of her that come in and out, she's being mean. Then she's like, well, I'm trying to understand you. Then she's like, seems like the motherly character, because she is centuries old. She's the motherly character that is like just saying, it's okay. I forgive you, Billy. Billy is the son of the Scarlet Witch, passing along. Wait, he's the son of the Scarlet Witch. She doesn't know that information. I like how this episode was done like that. Don't save Agatha. I wouldn't have saved her ass either. And when she's meeting with the Maestra again for the first time, she's like saying, oh, this is the lessons, tea leaves, I never could do it. And I love how her teacher's like, that is a fiction that you keep telling yourself. Like, you can just look deep. And it seems like this woman has always had faith in her abilities, whatever this ability is. And we learn that her time jumping in the mind ability, because it's not her physical body, it's like her mind, her soul is moving. Not like Cable, who can physically move. It's her soul and her mind, I guess. Which essentially, I guess she never really dies. But we learned that it happened a lot when she was younger. And then over time, she just tuned it out. Because all she was seeing was death. But now, she's getting a lot of it. And Jen is like, oh, so that means your powers come back. And she's like, I think that might mean I'm towards the end. Yeah. And she's frightened about this. Again, back to talking with the Maestra again. And saying, oh, this isn't the first. Like, I love, the Maestra had the same. She had a line that was like, he who remains, like, oh, this isn't the first time we had this conversation, is it? So where are you now on your journey? Asking her, are you still one with the earth? Do you do this? Do you have a coven? No. Just rather be by myself and be a hermit. where she says the same thing Lilia said last episode before they all got blasted. What was that last episode? Episode before last, before they all got blasted, because last episode we learned about Beery. Where she says, death comes for us all. And she's like, you say that like it's a comfort. And she says, it's the only thing all of us have in common. I'm like, damn, that is kind of wise. But at the same time, I ain't trying to hear that shit. But Lilia gets it together. And then this is how she's able to do the spread. And we see it's just, I love how we think this character is just a kooky character that's going through different, like, just keeps switching. And is, I don't want to use the word bipolar, but it's hot and cold at times. And it's actually just her at different points in her life learning about these people, initially kind of youthful and naive in a way, and then very raw in emotion, then very, for lack of a better word, very still, reserved. And that was, man, episodes like this are great, but they're also sad because when you rewatch this series, when you rewatch it a couple times, you go, oh, I see where you did the thing. I just like this initial reveal of this. Also, vindication on knowing that Rio was death, because it was kind of written on the wall a little bit. I mean, she did crawl out of a grave. Yeah, she crawled out of a grave. She couldn't really kill Agatha. I don't know why. Can death not kill people for themselves? That raises questions when I get to the next episode. But yeah, and she gets her bodies, something we didn't hear about before, even back in episode 1. And then when she's going through all this, remember the scene where she's like, we hated each other at first, and then it stops, and they're like, okay, what? I love you guys. When she has her swollen face, that's when her revealing her feelings through all of them. And she takes out the Salem 7, because Salem 7 appear, and she gets everybody to go through the Iron Maiden, close that thing up, gives Agatha a warning saying when she calls you a coward, hit the deck. Gets empowering words to Billy, gets some empowering words to Jen, and closes the way out. And Jen is pretty much heartbroken about this. That'll transfer over into the next episode. And she's going over by, I love being a witch, baby. And when she, I guess, schools the Salem 7, saying, these trials on the road, they don't like you overstaying your welcome, because something crazy happens. And then she turns the table, and the room, it looks like either the room or the gravity in the room switches. And that's how she was falling. She's technically falling up. And all of them fall on blades. You do see blood on these blades when they're getting skewered. And she's going to fall and hit it. It was very beautifully done. Very nicely done. Really sad to see this character go. Although technically, canonically, this character would die in the comics. Has died in the comics. So she hasn't come back. Unless they decide to bring her back because of the show, because corporate synergy. But yeah, really, really good stuff. Disaster, destruction, upheaval, but reverse. That's when she first met Billy, when she did the tower thing. that just such a fun episode. Trying to make sure I didn't forget anything. No. And the perfect ending song was, If I Could Save Time in a Bottle. That was good on this. She slipped and fell down, and then that's when it all starts over again, because we see a young Lilia going to meet the Maestra to learn again. Really, really just trippy stuff. And I like the fact that I was right in episode 3 about that being death. I called it. Best episode in the series, 5 out of 5 by far. Just that Rio saying that those scenes were so good. You would probably ask, going through time, couldn't she save anybody? And I guess she tried to save her village, saying, I told you they would die from a fever, and even though I said it still happened. So that's probably, a person who lives for centuries and is able to see the future. Stuff like that would more than likely get to you. But yeah, 5 out of 5. Best episode in the series, episode 7. I can't tell you to just go out and watch this. If you want to stop watching the series, yeah, I wouldn't tell you to do that either. Just finish the series. This episode is the highlight. Let me know what you thought of it in the comment section down below, though. I seriously want to know what you thought of this episode. Definitely made me a fan of Lilia. The actress name, I forget her name. I should just go ahead and just look that up. Give me 2 seconds, because I have to give just a little bit of kudos here. And this is Agatha all along. Agatha Harkness is so damn annoying. Patty Lupone. Patty Lupone. She's Sicilian. She's actually is Sicilian. So she was on The View. Speaking about this character, speaking about the show, even kind of identifying as a witch a little bit in there. Look it up, or if I can find it, I'll put it in the description below. But again, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of more reviews like this one. And if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. I deeply appreciate you guys. Please be good, be blessed, wash those hands, drink some water, be good to yourself, be good to others, by the way it goes. Please don't be a jerk, all right? Reach out to someone. There are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. My social medias are down there as well. Give me a follow. I'll see you guys on the next one. You won't have to wait long. I might give you 2 reviews in one day, because I got to talk about this episode 8. So until next time, true believers, you'll see him in a second. Excelsior.